Oh, should I clean my glasses? They're not that bad. I don't want to. Oh, here's one. Here's the thing right here. Right here. I don't have to go too far. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Make sure this motherfucker's on, even though I just turned it on. I still gotta make sure it's on. That's sad. That is sad. What is going on, y'all? I'm down here. I'm just chilling, making some coffee. I was in here listening to that damn Roddy Rich in London. Oh my God. When I tell you, I love every minute of that clip. Whoever caught that clip, that needs to just continue to circulate the internet forever. I love that clip so fucking much. It's so amped, it's so hype, it's so just everything, everything, all that energy. I was like, yes, go off. The kids in London going off. It sounded good. Everybody was on. It was just everything. I'm starting late, honey. Usually I'm in the middle of talking when that thing come on, but I'm late getting started today because I thought the battery was charged and it was, and it was on 24%. So I was like, I need to charge it so I could get above 50% and then we can go. So I went and had to go, girls, my eyes feel like they sensitive today. So any little thing on the lens is like really, it's like really not, it's, I could really see it like for real. So I came down here. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I had a good weekend, relaxing, honey. Yes, just slow motion. Slow motion for me. Hey, I like it like that. Okay, no. Um, but it was slow motion weekend, was just a relaxing weekend. Not too much, not too much, a little slow motion, just relaxing. There was things that I wanted to do this weekend. I wanted to go see Blink Twice, Zoe Kravitz film with that nigga Tanning Tatum. What's his name? Tanning Shatum. What's the nigga's name? Channing Tatum. I know his name. He's in the movie. Don't tell me, please. Nobody spoil it. Nothing. I wanted to go this week and had all intense. I was intending, but I didn't make it. It was something else I wanted to do this weekend too. You see how I have this thing slapped on my head? I really do have it slapped on my head. It just happened to be tied in a knot, and I just rolled it up and slapped it on my head. So that what I was telling you about these scarves, you can wear them any kind of way. I told you you can even wear them as a blouse. You can make it to a little blouse if you have some titties that can fit in there like that, then you could like do like a little blouse and make it a blouse and tie it in the back. Twist it and then put it over your little titties and then tie it in the back. If you don't have little titties, if you want to be busting out, busting loose, I feel like busting loose. Hey, I feel like busting loose. I feel like busting loose to the bridge now. Girl, don't give her any more reefer. Yeah. So we down here. I want to talk about Scrappy.
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Musty motherfucker. Musty lip motherfucker. His lips look like they musty. Oh, she said that already. Look at that picture of Jay-Z they used. Y'all are so shady on these posts. The way the pictures y'all be picking for these posts are so intentional. Y'all be picking the ugliest pictures. The ugliest pictures. Okay, so let's talk about what Scrappy said. So Scrappy was down to the internet talking shit. And I'm going to let him finish. And then I'm going to interrupt him because I'm not interrupt him, but we're going to talk about everything that he said. Because there's there's waves of consciousness that are happening, right? And when waves of consciousness happen, the agents that want to conserve, right, the thing that isn't good for the majority of us, right, they have to start coming out and speaking up in order to grab the attention of the ones who are still dazed and confused, right? The ones who are still wandering, right? Trekking the tundra with their canteen in hand, running towards mirages of men and reaching out to grab them, and it disappears. It like crumbles in the damn wind and flows in the wind. Make sure you have your mask over your mouth so you don't get sand in your face, okay? So they got to come out and say and speak up and say things. And when they say things, for those who have awoken from their slumber, for those who have kissed themselves in the mirror, sleeping beauty, and woke up from this trance and said, nigga, you sound crazy as hell. And I'm so glad there are women in the comments who are saying he sounds crazy more than the women in the comments who are like, yeah, I'm a real woman. I stayed with my man after he's done whatever the hell he's done that you should not be there after he's done it. Whatever the fuck it is, you know what it is. Everybody has their whatever it is, right? If for some it can be whatever and whatever it is that he did for you to be like, absolutely not. I can't come back from this. But you've been trained to stay because that's just what men do. And then you have people that come out here talking about those are real women, girl, real dumb women. Real dumb women stay. I'm sorry. I don't care. There's no honor in that. You don't get a cookie for staying after a man has been harmful to you, put your life at risk. No, Erica, you don't understand the convictions of a wife, and goddamn, I am so happy that I don't, girl, because that's some shit I could never understand.
You will never know the conviction of a wife, girl, ever, right? Ever. Check. You don't have them now.
So good. I'm glad. There's some things they say, some things it's not for you to understand. And that's one of them. Bitch, I'll never understand the convictions of a wife. I sure won't. You goddamn right I won't. If those are the convictions, girl, well, you got to be in jail, convicted to a man who's putting your life at risk, girl, you don't have to serve time. So when the bitches wake up, Sleeping Beauty, and you kiss yourself, you're not waiting for some nigga to kiss you out of your sleep. Kissing you out of your sleep. I didn't give you consent to put your lips on me. Don't be kissing men in their sleep. Don't be kissing women in their sleep. They didn't give you consent. Don't do that. So they have to come down here and let the people know those are real women. Girl, listen to Scrappy. I'm going to let them talk now.
They ain't never leaving Kurt. Like, I talked to Rashida and Yandy last night. Them motherfuckers ain't never leaving them, man. They real women. Real women don't leave they men, cuz, at all. Cuz they know what? They know the future. The future is go far and beyond these weak they leave they. They want to be on their own. They think they strong. Okay, be strong. You feel what I'm saying? Be on your own. Raise all your kids. Do everything. You know, and that just be like, and then you get a worse in the end and you got to die with that. You know what I'm saying? Or you just leave it and you just by yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of these women, they need to be by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Be for real about the grass ain't green on the other side.
Yeah, the grass ain't green on the other side. That motherfucker there's another side.
Anybody you deal with, it's gonna be some shit that you don't like about that person. It's just the things from person to person is gonna be different. Right? So it's like,
and Buddy married right here.
Yeah. Folks be sitting around there looking for upgrades. You dig? The day you lay off be the day you pay off.
I'm telling you. And I tell him all the time, like, I don't give a fuck what you go through with your wife.
What you tell me all the time.
Fuck you feel me? I don't give a fuck what you go through with your wife. Stay with your wife, because I wish I would have stayed with mine. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have goddamn grabbed her motherfucking arms and tied them up and just like, we gonna stay together. Like, but I ain't that type. You know what I'm saying? I already know. You already know. I ain't finna force. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna force nothing. I try to for a minute, but if it don't work,
put the motherfucking money in my motherfucking hands. Yes. Shout out to Doechii. I mean, Gucci with a bonnet spinning motherfucking bands. Yes. You bitch, you know this me. They never you Lulu, you a loose screw. Hey, okay.
Rashida ain't never leaving Kurt. Like I talked to Rashida and Yandy last night. Them ain't never leaving them, man. They real women. Real women don't leave their men, at all. They know what? They know the future. The future is go far and beyond these weak they leave they want to be on their own. They think they strong. Okay, be strong. You feel what I'm saying? Be on your own. Raise all your kids. Do everything. And that just be like, and then you get a worse in the end and you got to die with that. You know what I'm saying? Or you just leave it and you just by yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some of these women, they need to be by themselves.
Yes, we do.
You know
yeah. Shout out to the women who need to be by themselves.
I need to. Side. That motherfucker just another side.
No, the bitch,
like,
it's over here. It's green.
Shit that you don't like about that person. It's just the things
and it gets you high.
Is gonna be different. So it's like, and Buddy married right here.
Damn.
Sitting around there looking for upgrades. The day you lay off be the day you pay off. I'm telling you. And I tell him all the time, like, I don't give a fuck what you go through with your wife. What you tell me all the time. Fuck you feel me? I don't give a fuck what you go through with your wife. Stay with your wife, because I wish I would have stayed with mine. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have goddamn grabbed her arms and tied them up and just like, we gonna stay together. Like, but I ain't that type.
They want to tie you up so you can't leave.
No, I already know. I ain't finna force. You know what I'm saying? Finna force.
They want to tie you up so you can't leave. That's what they want to do. So you can't leave. You got to be legal. Can you imagine being legally bound to Scrappy for an extended amount of time, for forever? Ain't y'all supposed to be doing this shit forever? Can you imagine? Forever. Forever ain't coming. Girl, dude, get out. Get out. So it says, do y'all agree? Scrappy says real women like Rashida and Yandy don't leave their husbands. Real women don't leave their men at all. They know the future. How come y'all didn't spell it like he said it? The future. Girl, let's read some of the comments. He's basically saying you bitches are worthless. I mean, if that's the measurement, if the measurement of your value is determined on the quality of man you have next to you, and he's like Kirk, or what's the other Mandingo up there? Any of the niggas out there, any man, you pick anyone on reality TV. Pick any one of those men on reality TV. And if that's what you want and that's the measurement, that what is your worthiness? Like Jennifer Williams, she got married. Let's finish talking about Scrappy first. Let me finish, because I just thought about Jennifer Williams getting married over the weekend and how you treasonous bitches were out there cheering her on. Didn't I tell you? Shout out to the money. Didn't I tell you that they will cheer you on down the aisle off a cliff? Didn't I tell you? All the women who were cheering on Jennifer for getting married over the weekend, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You should have so much shame that you would literally cheer on a woman walking down the aisle with a literal red flag. And no one tried to stop her. No one actually, I feel like there are times. Have y'all supported your friends in making decisions like this? They're going to do it regardless. But in a way to show that you don't support it, what have you done? I know there are people who have ended friendships with women and men. Men don't really end friendships over women. It be the women that either break away from the friend group in some sort of way, depending on where she is in terms of how she relates to people. Some women abandon all their friends, which is so dangerous. Do not do that. Do not abandon your friends and then even if you are friends, if you're friends with a woman who you know is in like a bad situation, and it's like she's not leaving, but you can't deal with it, you still kind of keep an eye on her. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't get immersed in the BS if you know she's not leaving. She's not, but you keep an eye on her. You understand, especially when they're like, I think cheating is abusive. I really do, because you just don't know what is out there, and you are putting your partner's life at risk if you're out there having sex, and then they're like producing children, so they're having sex unprotected. There's nothing about staying in a relationship that does not benefit you. There's nothing honorable or admirable. You do not get rewarded for that. I don't know if you know a woman who has been in a relationship for a long time and the man is acting like Kirk or Mendeces or whoever. Name any one of these men on these shows. You can name any one of them. Any one of them, and your friend continues to deal with it, or they have an insufferable husband or partner who's always miserable, always mad, always making things about himself, and she just stays in the relationship. You don't want to be in relationships like that. That is not benefiting you. And then when you leave, what do you get out of it? What did you get out of it? What are you getting from allowing yourself to be dishonored in that way? You are literally going to me. I heard it once in my journey that betraying yourself is the greatest sin, above all of the sins that you have ascribed to behaviors in society. Betraying yourself is the greatest sin you can make. And when you're in these relationships, betraying yourself just to be in proximity to another person, to me, that's like you're walking dead. You are walking dead. Rashida, dead woman walking. Yandy, dead woman walking down the fucking aisle. Jennifer Williams, dead woman walking. You've betrayed. You're going against yourself. You're going against everything. There's no reason why anyone should be clapping for Jennifer Williams. None of her friends. When I tell you Jennifer, they wearing your ass out in the group chat, wearing you out. But in public, they clapping for you. You walking down the aisle to some man like Christian Gold, and you doing this and doing this and doing this. Like, what does that mean? What is any of that? What does that symbolize? When you've completely dishonored yourself just to be close to a man? And then you get men like Scrappy who comes out and like, yeah, those are the kind of, I should have stayed. What do you mean you should have stayed? She filed for divorce, didn't she? If I'm not mistaken. These men that claim they should have stayed in their relationships, your wife left you, your partner left you. You couldn't stay in the relationship. She didn't want to be in it anymore. I would have stayed with my wife, but you a weak bitch for leaving. And then your strength and endurance is measured on how much pain you can endure, how much you can be abused, is how your strength is determined. That's contradictory. You're going against yourself. That's a weak bitch. A weak bitch is a woman who stays in a relationship that goes against herself. That's a weak bitch. Your nigga can't even hold you up while you so weak and resting in your femininity. Y'all look like a bunch of clowns, and these niggas are crash test dummies, and they want to run a fucking circus. They have your stupid asses on carousels running and looking like goddamn fools down to the circus. Clowns, floppy red shoes, noses stuffed and packed into a car for what? And look at the measurement of the men. And these motherfucking niggas have children, daughters. Can you imagine sitting across from your father and him telling you, you a weak bitch because you leaving your husband? You can't even see the future. You a weak bitch. He cheating on you. He's sticking his dick in people. He not paying the bills. He's miserable all the time. And you want to leave? You a weak bitch, Imani. Imani. That man has a daughter. These motherfucking niggas don't give a fuck. When I tell you they don't want to be parents, they just want to have kids. They don't want to be parents. Can you imagine? Yes, I can imagine. I had a father who used to give me advice about relationships that didn't serve me. Absolutely. Had a daddy in my life. And look at Scrappy. Look at Kirk. Look at what they're showing their daughters. Look at Floyd Mayweather, and then look at Yaya Mayweather, and look at the man she had a baby with. She had a baby with a man who has 12 children, and he's only 24 years old, started smoking cigarettes at 7 years old. They got rich ass daddies. Niggas got on watches, can't even tell fucking time, bitch. Digital watches, can't even tell fucking time. Here goes Sierra. WTF, this is lame. Weak? Wow, every woman is different. No matter what decision a woman makes, we literally push humans out of us. Like a woman gave this man life. We are a lot stronger than a lot of these guys. Protect women more, man. Weak should never describe us. I don't like this. I said, Sierra, it's no shade, but I hope you have a post-nuptial. Because, bitch, you was just down there being stupid over a nigga. Shut up. Shut up.
I just, girl, stop.
Another one. It's another podcast girl on here talking about this is be strong, bitch, is basically what he's saying. And then she put sicko. But you was the one down there with Passport Cuddy talking about how do you stay after cheating. So you shut up too. Y'all need to be consistent. No, there should be no area where women are sitting around having conversations, encouraging and applauding women who stay in relationship. There should be thousands of women shaming women for staying in abusive relationships that look like this. You should be ashamed of yourself that you are dishonoring yourself to stay with Kirk. And then everybody, oh, Rashida, she's a bad bitch. She ain't a bad bitch. She's a dumb bitch. I'm sorry. And maybe she's a dumb bitch wearing Gucci. I mean, I guess. A dumb bitch wearing Christian Dior, I guess. A dumb bitch driving a fucking Mercedes, I guess. A dumb bitch with a lot of land, I guess. But if you are going to measure your life about what the nigga that you have close to you so much so that you will dishonor yourself and keep him near you and you don't see him as something that is devaluing you, then girl, go off. But I'm not gonna encourage that. I'm going to always discourage it. I'm gonna say you niggas look stupid. You women are even dumber for staying. There's nothing cute about it. There's nothing cute about it. You don't get a reward. Y'all act like you get those little coins that people get for being sober when they reach a milestone. That's what y'all act like y'all get. Y'all got the same dusty, musty,
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
rusty ass nigga that you got from the beginning of the relationship. He's the same nigga, if not worse. She ain't never leaving. But you weak for leaving. You're weak for leaving abuse. You're weak for that. And that's why everything, when they are speaking, everything is the other way around. Literally, you are strong for leaving. You are strong for leaving. You're not strong for staying. You're not strong for enduring. You're not strong because they keep putting bricks on your back. You don't measure your love and for yourself. It needs to come first. That's the problem now. Y'all love these niggas more than you love yourselves. And it's evident. The way that Jennifer Williams dishonored herself over the weekend, she got married to look at the man she married. He had to be released from jail, allowed to get married, and then he has to go back in jail. And this is who you are legally tying yourself to. And then want to sing on the internet with a dress on and going like this. Like, what does this mean right at this moment? What are you doing? This is just, and it's literally like you think you're in a movie. And that's why they say you are a it's like a clouded experience. None of that is real. I don't give a fuck what Jennifer had on. None of it is real. All that shit was fake and for show. And all that money you spent, just wasteful. And for what? To legally bind yourself to a man like Christian Gold or to a man like Scrappy. I can't even believe Bambi actually married Scrappy. And then not only married, had not one, not two, but 3 children. And then at the end of it, that motherfucker, she was supposed to stay with a motherfucker who wasn't paying rent, who wasn't paying his part of the mortgage. You know you ain't paying a rent. You know they ain't. All of them, Peter Guns, all of them had Amina and Tara looking dumb, straight dumb. Cardi was right. And then what? 4 years later, look at Cardi looking dumb. Y'all be looking dumb. And the only variable that's making y'all look dumb is these niggas. And y'all can't let it go. Let me tell you something. I think it's just me being a Virgo. I'd be damned. I'm not going to hold on to nothing for any length of time that has me looking dumb. I don't give a fuck how many commas, how much money. I don't care. No. For not any length of time. I might hold on to you for a little while, but then when I walk past the mirror and start seeing my face turn into a clown, oh girl, I'm leaving town. I'm out of here. Girl, we ain't playing this game. Y'all can set up, but I'm not joining the circus. Y'all not gonna get me on a goddamn carousel and spin it around, right round, baby, like a record, baby. No. This is my prayer for y'all. Y'all want to be talking about Sierra's prayer, and this is my prayer for y'all. And this is my prayer when I saw Jennifer. I said, Mother, on this journey, please grant me the honor of being surrounded by beings who will hold space for me, keep me honest, and won't cheer me on down a road to a chapter of distress, deception of self, and despair. And so it is. I do not want anyone in my community who will literally look at me and see me making the biggest mistake and support it and not be vocal about it. And not say, Erica, no. I need to know that there will be people who will be like, no, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Whether you do it or not, that's the people that you need to reconnect to. People who told you don't do it, when it's all said and done, you need to go back and reconnect to those people, because they're the ones who had your best interest at heart. The ones that you discarded, the ones you cut off, because they were warning you about that motherfucker and they were right. To all you motherfucking women who went after a woman and the woman tried to tell you and what he did to the woman, you ignored and said you would be different and you weren't. You need to go back to that woman and say, bitch, I'm sorry. I was fucking wrong. I put a man before myself. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I dishonored myself. I saw what he did to you and I ignored it. And then I wanted compassion and sympathy when he did the same shit to me. No. You better mend it. All those women Tamika Mallory, all of y'all are treasonous. And you are. And it's on trend, Tamika Mallory. It's on trend, girl. It's on trend. It's on trend. Y'all will literally cheer a woman on down an aisle to self-deception. Girl, I can't. That is it's so disgusting to me. It is absolutely disgusting. You got your eyes covered. She's like this with showing a ring. Both her eyes covered, dizzy bitch. You got your eyes covered for a ring and tied to what kind of man? If you're going to base your value on having a man near you and you're uppity and snobby and bougie like Jennifer Williams, that man better be, he better be as much as you put in the worth of them Gucci shawls that you wear, that's as much as he should be worth to you. As much as the value that you put into them labels, that's the value you should be putting into picking a fucking man. Y'all go get all the labels and then pick the swap meet nigga. Girl, I can't.
And I'm going to go to the car and dial 911 because you're going to jail, bitch.
The Virgin Mother weeps for all of y'all, because to go against yourself every time a woman walks down the aisle and goes against herself to attach herself to a man who is unworthy, undeserving, he should have probably never had access to you. This is terrible. You can do all of that, have a big party, wear a pretty white cute little dress, have drinks, have your friends surrounding you, honoring yourself. Look how the way you are literally walking down an aisle to dishonor yourself to be connected to a man, when you could actually walk down the aisle and have your friends surrounding you, honoring you and who you are and the woman you've become. You're damn near 50 years old and tied yourself to a man 20 years younger than you who is on record being a scammer. Convicted. A woman literally ran and jumped off a motherfucking balcony to get away from the nigga you tied yourself to. Girl, I can't. But Scrappy will tell you that's a strong woman. Because you bitches who leave, you some weak bitches. You couldn't take the storm. You couldn't take the thunder. You couldn't take his wrath every day. You left. You couldn't take his miserable ass every day. You left, you weak bitch. He was sticking his dick in half of Southwest Atlanta and you stayed. You strong, girl. He had a baby on you and you stayed. You so strong. You know how stupid that sounds? Don't it sound stupid when I say it? Because it's stupid. It is so easy to not look stupid. It is so easy, but y'all just want to be stuck on stupid. I guess that's what it is. Stuck on stupid. Looking dumb. Ain't no way in the world. And then y'all sit around once again and talk about, is cheating a deal breaker? For a lot of y'all, it's not. That nigga can stick his whole dick in another bitch, shoot it up, stay in it long enough to shoot up the club, and she just stayed a baby, and you still there looking mad at her. Girl, I wish the fuck you look like a fucking clown. People should be that's how they should be laughing at you, like Norman. That's how everybody should be laughing at you. Every time you walk down the aisle to Christian Gold, everybody should have been like, that should have been the sound every step you took with a beat. Awful. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You should be, and everybody should shame you. Not cheer you on. Jennifer nobody should be cheering that dumb heifer on nowhere. Absolutely not. Damn clown. A damn clown. Let me read some of the comments. This is his wish for his daughter. What a sad proclamation. Listen, folks, having a father in your life isn't always the best thing. This is the advice that he will give his daughter. Women who have fathers who don't like women will give their daughters the worst advice, then claim she's a daddy's girl. And he's saying this with his whole chest, like he doesn't look like a crash test dummy. These are men who want to be leaders. They want women to suffer and they want their daughters to suffer too. Can you imagine your father telling you?
They know the future. The future is go far and beyond these weak they lead they want to be on their own. They think they strong. Okay, be strong. You feel what I'm saying? Be on your own.
But you staying with that man makes you. And there are women and men who will sit around with women and try to convince. They do it. They do it in the church all the time. Try to convince you to stay with a man, with the devil, bitch. Try to convince you to stay with the devil, the man who is bringing sheer hell, havoc, everything they say the devil is happening in your house, and they trying to convince you to stay with it. And the woman that he's fucking with, the women that he's fucking with, those are the devils. Don't let the devil in your house. Meanwhile, the fucking wallpaper is melting, sliding down the wall because it's hot as fucking in the hellhole that motherfucker has for you. They want to be able to create chaos, confusion. Everything they tell you the devil is about, that's what that nigga is creating in your life. But they convince you down to the good old church house. They try to convince you to stay with your man. You don't let the devil in your house. Don't let these women, these, what do they call them? Jezebels. Don't let these Jezebels. And you got Beelzebub in the house, but don't let the Jezebels in, girl. And then the real crazy part of it is, because you're so fucking that's your husband, so you still have unprotected sex with him because that's your husband.
But keep my husband out of it.
Your husband is around here. His motherfucking dick is a petri dish, a dipstick in a petri dish. And you around here, that's my husband. Well, you damn right I'm going to still have unprotected sex with my husband. Girl, what the fuck? Yeah. It's crazy. When somebody actually says it out loud and doesn't hold any motherfucking bars around it, ain't no kitten paws down here. Oh, Erica, you got to get the girl's grace. Some of your eyes are so wound up. I gotta snatch them like this so you can wake the fuck up. Girl, wake up. A woman's strength should never be measured based on the abuse. Speaking of abuse, sounding like damn Mike Tyson. A woman's strength should never be measured based on the abuse she's endured. Go preach this to your daughter, not us. Cheating in a marriage is a form of emotional abuse, and men like him are trying to train women to put up with emotional abuse, and it's sick. Shout out to Layla Lynn. Real men don't put their women in this type of position. That's the advice he gives his daughters. My God, today. Shout out to Rodney. Say what you want Bambi back without saying you want say you want Bambi back without saying you want Bambi back. Be strong, bitch. That's basically what he's saying. And I told her, so this brings me to clips of y'all discussing staying after being cheated on. This is essentially what he's saying. We need some consistency because these women stayed after being cheated on. Having discussions about women staying should be discouraged. Every time it comes up, you should be encouraging people to leave after someone risked their lives with cheating. And my mouth is juicy. He's basically saying you bitches are worthless. Let Rashida cheat back and see if Kirk is a real man. Have a baby on me, I'm out. Put your hands on me, I'm out. Don't come home, I'm out. Emotional neglect or abuse me, I'm out. Blame shift, no accountability, I'm out. Repeatedly cheating on me, I'm out. Just that simple. I'm not staying with someone just for the sake of having someone. Misery loves company. An unhealed man is a miserable man, and I'm a Pisces. I don't like company like that. So if I let you in and you play, you can go play with somebody else's weak-minded, spineless daughter. That's what Monique Slaughter said. Can you believe it? It's when the girls wake up, because there are times in our lives where we stay long after the relationship has expired, and you know it. And you know it, and he knows it. Everybody knows it. But for some reason, I don't know, it's because we creatures of habit and we get comfortable in the dysfunction. But break that shit up. That's done. It's done. It's over with. You don't deserve to live a life like that at all. You don't. You don't. Where you're dishonoring yourself. We don't know how their marriage is set up, but bitch, it ain't set up for me to be doing nothing with you sexually, Because if Rashida is over there completely abstaining from having sex with Kirk and just over there for the business side of the marriage, then go for it. But I would come out and make that shit clear. But you can't, because what they're doing is acting like they're in some type of traditional dynamic, and they're not. Actually, they are, because it is traditional for women to stay with men after they've been abusive, because traditionally the women couldn't leave because she depended on the man for her survival. So that's the reason why everybody is confused, because the women are no longer dependent on the man. So you can leave. You can actually get a divorce without their permission. Before, you couldn't get a divorce, that you would have to agree to divorce. Now you can get out. So that's why everybody is always so confused, where there's an option to get out of something and y'all are staying because you want to mimic a traditional family dynamic template where the insufferable wife stays, and she suffers in silence, and she stays compliant to the patriarchy. You don't have to do that anymore. You can leave. You can get up and leave. You can file for divorce. You can leave the long-term relationship that you've been in for so long. And shout out to y'all who, listen, him not marrying you after how many years? Look at that as protection, girl. Their rejection is your protection. I used to hear that all the time. Their rejection is your protection. Get out. You don't have to be in no shit like that. And it's dishonoring yourself. You're not a strong woman by looking like a clown on TV. And shout out to all the women who are looking like clowns on TV, because because men will be men, we already know what they're doing. But the fact is that you're allowing it because men will be men. And so you think it's okay. And that since that's just who they are, you should put up with that. You don't have to put up with that. And I'm sick of women sitting around having conversations about how they should stay in relationships, and men who sit around talking about how they should stay in relationships that don't serve them. When y'all start recording each other, when law enforcement gets it, when it starts getting like, no, all of that kind of stuff, when you have to start being an investigator, none of that. When you act like you didn't do something and you did it, and I'm looking at that you did it, like Rashida and Kirk, he was like, I didn't do that. She was like, I saw it. We're not playing these games. She should have told him, we're not 17 and 26-year-old motherfucking 23-year-old, 25-year-old Kirk. This is 48-year-old Rashida and 55-year-old Kirk, 56-year-old Kirk. How old? He's like 6 or 7 years older than her. You've been fucking with her since she was in high school. We saw you said it out your own goddamn mouth. He's been picking you up. Yeah, he might have had some relationships outside of fucking you, because obviously he does that. Ain't shit changed. He been fucking with you since you was in high school, had a couple babies, got in some relationships, then scooped back around and picked you up at 23. Dummy. How old was Rashida when she married Kirk? Yeah, she gonna stay. She been groomed. Yeah, she's gonna stay. And then all of your children are watching you, and then they're going to think that that's normal, and they're going to expect that from women to stay when they've mistreated them. There's nothing honorable about it. Sorry, I don't see it. If your man has a baby on you, leave him. Don't be like Rashida. Baby, I want to be loved and cherished, not embarrassed and mocked. Real men pay the mortgage on time. I take weak women for 300, Alex, because I'll be damned. And I stay in solidarity. And if I stand in solidarity for community dick. The doormat says the doormat days are over with a babe. What? The doormat days are over with baby. It's 2024. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. Y'all know the rest. Don't believe this, ladies. Look at your good sis Sierra and Russell. The grass can be greener on the other side. Just choose wisely. Stop telling women to choose wisely. I've already told you. Think of a car lot. All the fucking lots are full of lemons. So when they're picking, they've already picked a lemon. Because this world is upside down and contradictory, in a world of patriarchy, the lot is full of defective niggas. So you have to find the one that is different from that. You have to find the one that's not a lemon. So you're going to get in a couple of the motherfuckers and they're going to break down. And how many times are you going to go back to the lot and sit in a motherfucking car and then realize that it's fucking broke down? And it was broken when you bought it. It was broken out of the inspection. It's made that way. It's broken. So every time you get into this motherfucker, how many times are you going to get into a fucking car before you try to find the model that is modeled after Russell Wilson? How many times? Are you going to spend your goddamn entire life on the fucking car lot looking for a car? Or are you going to live your goddamn life? What are you going to fucking do? I'll be damned if I surround my goddamn trek. I get one life to live and I'm going to spend it trying to find a motherfucker to attach myself to legally who ain't worth shit for real. The sooner you wake up, the better. I'm telling you. A lot of motherfuckers don't wake up until they older. And if they get old enough, and one of these kids meet them on the street and put a microphone in their face, all of the old ladies who are living long lives will tell you, don't get married. They will all tell you that. Their husband's gone. You see, they still sitting there and telling you, don't do it. But this is the game of life. Some people are going to have the experience in order to know that they don't want to do it anymore. Some people have to do it 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, jumping and skipping and hopping. Hey, Tamar, jumping and skipping and hopping. Tamar over there talking about she wants fucking prawns and what she say? What she say she want down there? She need to be fasting from you need to abstain for at least 4 years. You need to be by yourself. Tamar Braxton, 4 years by yourself. And see if you can do that. See if you're mentally able to not need to be attached to some fucking weirdo. This need to be in alignment with and literally then when you're walking around, the whole fucking equation looks dumb because you have added a dumb nigga to your side. And now all the decisions, you looking dumb down to the internet, looking dumb. And if you would just remove that out of the equation, you'll be walking just fine. Get everything else right, Tamar. The nigga is not it. That's not it. That's not part of the healing process. A nigga is not. A dick is not. That's not the vitamin D you need. You need to be out in the sun. That's the sun you need. That's someone's sun that you need is the sun in the sky that rises every morning, girl. Reliable. That's the sun you need. Something you're going to actually get some nourishment from, girl. You over there letting a motherfucker who is designed to deplete, to take from you, designed to take from you. He back on that stuff again. A man with daughters saying this is insane. It is. It really is. And all of that correlates. All of that correlates. All of it correlates. Oh, I gotta go, y'all. Oh, yeah, it's been 49 minutes. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Scrappy, Jennifer Williams, and don't be stupid. Don't look like a clown for nobody. Do an evaluation of your life, and if the only part of your life that looks stupid is the one that it includes this weirdo, then you can like move his ass around, girl. And if they don't want to change, that's the thing. That's another thing. That's one of the first things. They don't want to change. They don't want to adjust. They don't want to adapt. They don't want to be cooperative. They don't want to collaborate. You change. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to change, boo. Stay exactly who you are. Stay right where you are. I'll see you later. Probably not. And leave. They ain't got to change. How many times you have to ask a motherfucker to change? They're not changing. Guess what you got to do? You got to do the changing. Stop asking someone else to change. You change on some real shit. All right, I'm out. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.